CBSE 10th Maths. Hey guys, this is Tina. I teach CBSE 8 Maths. Check out our videos on the playlist. Alright, now let's get into the video.
Today we are going to be learning Chapter 13 Surface Areas and Volumes, Exercise 13.2, 5th question. Alright, now let's read the question. A vessel is in the form of an inverted cone. Its height is 8 cm and the radius of its top, which is open, is 5 cm. It is filled with water up to the brim. When lead shots, each of which is a sphere of radius 0.5 cm, are dropped into the vessel, 1/4 of the water flows out. Find the number of lead shots dropped in the vessel. So this is the question. Okay, so here it is literally easy to understand this question. First of all, I would like to say that there is a vessel. Okay, so you guys might be wondering, vessel, it might be in the shape of like circle or something else, but here in this question, no, the vessel is in the shape of an inverted cone. Inverted cone means, like cone means we used to draw like this, am I right? But here the vessel means it will be like this to hold. So when we will draw, no, that time you will understand. Okay, so the height is 8 cm, so the radius of its top, okay, so that is 5 cm. So the vessel, it is filled with water. Okay, up to the brim means till the up, so till that up part, no, it is filled with water. Okay, so when lead shots, lead means so you can say in pistol and all, no, there used to be lead shots. Okay, so if you don't know, no, I'll just show the image of it. Okay, all right. So when the lead shots, each of which is a sphere. So here the lead shot, it's lead shot, that is in the shape of a spear. Okay, spear means so in this round shape. Okay, so the radius is 0.5 cm, which is dropped into the vessel. Okay, so 1/4 of the water flows out. So here we are supposed to understand this question properly. Okay, so for example, so here in this question, no, there is a vessel. So this is the vessel which is in the shape of a cone. Okay, so this is in the shape of a cone. So according to the question, no, the lead balls are there now. So the lead balls are someone just put the lead balls inside this vessel. So this vessel, no, this cone, it's there now, which is in the form of a vessel which is filled with water. So you can just think there are a lot of water in this vessel. So when we just drop something inside the water, so for example here you can think this as a lead. Okay, so when I just drop some this lead into the water, so the water flows out, am I right? So you can see, so here the water is still here, till the part, no, that water is filled. Okay, so when I just put the lead inside, then some water might come out, am I right? So they are just explaining that right over here. So when we just drop lead inside the vessel, 1/4, so here this 1/4, no, it is literally important. Okay, so 1/4 of the water flows out. So here when I just drop this, you can say this as a lead. So when I just drop it, then the water will come out, right? So the water flows out. So how much water flows out? So 1/4 of the water, no, it flows out. Okay, according to the question they mentioned it like that. So what are we supposed to find? So we are supposed to find the number of lead shots dropped in the vessel. Okay, all right. So now since you guys know the question, now let us draw the figure. Okay, so here this is the rough figure. So it is an inverted cone, and then this is a vessel, am I right? So this vessel is filled with water. So let us show them that it is filled with water. Okay, it is filled with water, and then lead balls, no, they are falling inside it. I mean lead shots. Lead shots means the lead, you can say that round thing. So I'll show the image, that time you'll get to know. Okay, okay, so now I'm gonna put some lead shots inside this vessel. Okay, so it is in the round shape, right? So let us draw the round shape. So we are just dropping the lead shots inside the vessel. Okay, you can just think like that. Okay, so when we just put some, these are the lead shots. So lead shots means a round shaped thing which is made up of lead. That is the meaning of lead shots. I will show the image. Okay, so the lead shots are falling inside the vessel which is filled with water. So when we just put the lead shots inside it, some water flows out, am I right? So how much water flows out? 1/4 of the water flows out. Okay. Okay, so 1/4 of the water flows out. So this lead shot, no, according to the question, they are in the shape of spear. So this is spear, am I right? Okay, so now let us look at the values. So according to the question, the height of the cone is 8 centimeter and the radius is 5 centimeter. Okay, so here since it is somewhat difficult to understand, let us draw another one cone. Okay. Okay, so what is the radius? So the radius is 5 centimeter, right? Yeah, 5 centimeter. And the height, one second, and the height is 8 centimeter. Okay, so this is these are the explanation of, values for the cone. Okay, so now we know the radius is 5 centimeter, height is 8 centimeter. Okay, so what about spear? So in spear we have one information, that's radius. The spear of spear is, for that radius is 0.5 centimeter. Okay. Alright guys, so now what shall we do? How can we apply the formula? Anyhow we are supposed to find the volume, right? You can see this is filled, water is filled inside, so everything is related to volume. So there is a capacity, so a cone can hold the water, so it is connected to volume, so of course we are going to be finding volume. Okay, so now how to find it? How means, so here if I just throw lot of lead shots, then lot of water flows out, am I right? So how the number of lead shots I put inside the cone, that much water will come outside, am I right? So if I put one lead shot, for example this is a cone. Okay, so if I just put one lead shot, then only some amount of water will come out, right? Some amount of water will flow out. So if I just put 2, 3, a lot. If I just put 5, then lot of water might come out. So likewise here we don't know how many lead shots are there. Am I right? Did they mention in the question how many lead shots are there? No guys, they didn't even mention that how many lead shots are there. The only information is 1/4 of water flows out. Okay. But they didn't mention that how many lead shots they put it inside the vessel. Okay, so according to the question, what we are supposed to find is, now we are supposed to find the number of lead shots dropped in the vessel. Why? Because we don't know how many lead shots we put it inside. So since you guys know, if I just throw a lot of lead shots, lot of water will flow out. So if I just throw 2 or 1 lead shot, some amount of water might come out, am I right? So it is equal, number of water flows out is equal to number of lead shot. Okay, so if you don't understand, I'll write it. So number of, once again I'll write it. Okay guys, so this is what I was talking about. So number of water flows out is equal to number of lead shots. So you guys might be wondering what does it mean. So don't worry guys. So number of water flows out. Okay, so you guys know, so if I told you guys that if I just put 5 lead shots, lot of water will come out, flow out, am I right? So if I just throw 2 or 1 lead shot, then some amount of water will flow out, am I right? So likewise, so how many lead shots I'll throw, no, that much water will come out, am I right? So it is up to the lead shot. Am I right? So now that's why number of water flows out is equal to number of lead shots. Why? Because the water is dependent upon the lead shots. Am I right? So if I just throw at least if I just don't throw any lead shot, then the water will not flow out. Am I right? So if I just throw 2 or 3 lead shots, then lot of water will come out. Am I right? So it is dependent upon the lead shots. So this is the exact one, dependent. Okay, so the water is dependent upon the lead shot. That's why it is equal. Here you can see equal, am I right? That's why I told number of water flows out is equal to number of lead shots. Is equal to means dependent. So the water is dependent upon the lead shots. Okay. Alright, so now since you guys know number of water flows out is equal to number of lead shots, now let us write this separately. Okay, so this is a clue for us. Okay, so yeah, it is not mentioned in the question, but it is a logic one. Am I right? So if I just throw a lot of lead shots, then lot of water will flow out. So if I just throw 2 or 3 lead shots, some amount of water might flow out. Am I right? So it is just a guessing. Why? Because we don't know how many lead shots are there in the, according to the question they didn't just mention it. Am I right? So we are supposed to find it. So I'm gonna write this separately. Okay guys, so now I'm gonna be writing volume of water flows out is equal to volume of number of lead shot. You guys might be wondering what does it mean. So I just told you guys that okay, let us understand by figure. Okay, so figures are really important. Okay guys, so since you guys know, according to the question, one second. Okay, so according to the question I just told you, there is a vessel in the shape of a cone. Okay, that is filled with water. So I have a question for you guys. Will the water flow out without throwing anything into the vessel? No, right? So if I just throw one lead shot, okay, so the lead shot means a round thing which is made up of lead is known as lead shot. Okay, so this lead shot, okay, so this lead shot, when I just throw this lead shot into the water, what will happen? So some amount of water will come flow out. Am I right? Will flow out. So like this it will flow out. Am I right? So if I just throw if I throw 2 or 3 or 4, okay, so if I just throw 4 lead shots or 5 lead shot, okay, you can just yeah, if I just throw a lot of lead shots, so it is a lot, right? So we have lot of lead shots. If I just throw a lot of lead shot, then lot of water will flow out. Am I right? You can see here lot of water. This is water, okay? So a lot of water will flow out. Why? Why? Because how many lead shots we throw inside the water? No, I mean inside the vessel filled with water, that much water will flow out. Okay, so instead of lead shot, now you can just think it as stone. Okay, so from so you're sitting here holding a cone vessel. Okay, so holding a cone vessel like this, and then with the water filled in it, and then from far away, from this much distance, you are just throwing water. On second, sorry. Okay, you can think this is the stone. Okay, so from this much distance, no, I am just throwing the, one second, I am just throwing the stone like this. Okay, so when I just throw the stone like this, then the water will flow out. Am I right? Why the water is flowing out? Why? Because I just threw this stone. Am I right? So the same condition is right over here. Okay, so so here instead of stone, no, you can just, this is a lead shot. Okay, so lead shot and stone, no, this is somewhat similar only, but here lead shot means a thing which is made up of lead. Okay, so stone means of course it is made up of those sediments, those things and all. Okay, so here it is a lead shot. So so when I just throw it inside the vessel, then the water will flow out. Am I right? But we don't know how many lead shots are there. It is a question. We are supposed to find it. According to the question, we are supposed to find how many lead shots are there. Okay, how many lead shots we should throw inside. Okay, they didn't just mention. We are supposed to find it. Okay, so now do you guys think that volume of water that is flowing out, so here you can see that is flowing out, is equal to volume of lead shot? This is what I wrote it here. So volume of water flows out is equal to volume of number of, so here this is important, number of lead shots. So the meaning is, so how many lead shots I throw inside this vessel, no, that much water will flow out. So they both are equal, right? So it is dependent upon the lead shot. The main character here is a lead shot. Okay, so the water is dependent upon the lead shot. Why? Why? Because if I just throw a lot of lead shot, then lot of water will come out. If I throw 1 or 2 lead shot, then some amount of water will flow out. Am I right? So it is totally completely dependent upon the lead shot. Okay, so lead shot plays a major role in this. Okay, that's why I just wrote equal to. So here volume of water. Okay, so volume of water. So according to the question, I told you guys there is a clue. Am I right? So as you guys know, according to the question, I told you guys we have a clue. So they mentioned 1/4 of the water flows out. Okay, so here I just wrote volume of water flows out. Am I right? So the volume of water. Okay, so here, so where is the water? So the water is in the cone. Am I right? So instead of writing volume of water flows out, no, we can actually write 1/4. So 1/4 is mentioned in the question, that we are supposed to mention that also. So 1/4 of the volume of cone. Why I am mentioning volume of cone? Why? Because water is in the cone, right? That's why. Okay, so volume of water and volume of cone both are same. Here instead of water, no, I just mentioned the shape. Okay, I mean where the water is, no, I just mentioned that shape. Okay, so the water is, so the water is in the vessel that is in the that is in the shape of cone. That is the thing I just wrote it right over here. So how much water also we are supposed to mention. So 1/4 of the water is flowing out. Okay, and then here volume of number of lead shots. So lead shots, it is in the shape of a spear, right? So we can write volume of spear. Okay, so this is yes. Okay, volume of spear. Okay, so now 1/4 of the volume of cone is equal to volume of spear. Okay, why did I write these shapes? Then only we can apply the formula. So the water is in the cone, and then a volume of number of lead shots. So here lead shot is in the shape of spear. Okay, I'm sorry, spear. Okay, so now what we can do? Okay, so now what we can do is, now we can actually apply the formula. We can write 1/4 as it is, of means into of, then the volume of cone. So what is the volume of cone? So the volume of cone is 1/3 pi r square h. Okay, and then is equal to volume of spear. So before mentioning volume of sphere, so here volume of sphere, why did we mention sphere? Why? Because volume of number of lead shots. Lead shots are in the shape of a spear. So what are we supposed to find in the question? We are supposed to find the number of lead shots dropped in the vessel. Am I right? So we are supposed to find the number of lead shots. So let us take the number of lead shot as x. Okay, why? Because we want, right, how many lead shots we are dropping inside the vessel. That's right. Now we can apply the formula, that is volume of spear. So what is the volume of spear? So the volume of spear is 4/3 pi r cube. Okay, so this is r. Okay, r cube. So we can actually solve it. Okay guys, so now what we can do is, now when we just multiply 4 into 3, that is 1/12, and then pi value, no, we can actually keep it as it is. Okay, it's so why? Because then only it will be useful for us. Okay, and then what is r square? I mean, what is the radius of the cone? So the one second. So the radius of the cone is 5 centimeter. So into 5 into 5 into what is h? Height is 8 centimeter, right? So height of the cone is 8 centimeter. 8 is equal to x as it is, and then into, and then 4/3 as it is. Okay, and then we can actually write the pi as it is, and then here r cube. So what is the radius of spear? So this is spear, right? So the radius is 0.5. So we can write, so 3 r cube, right? So we are supposed to write 0.5 into 0.5 into 0.5. I hope you guys can see it. Okay, so now finally we wrote. Now what we can do is, we can actually cancel this pi and here 1 pi. Am I right? Yeah, because everything is in multiplication, so we can actually cancel them. Okay, so now when you just look at it, so here we can just take off the points. Okay, so please take off the points first itself, it's going to be really useful. Okay, so when we just take off the points, then it will become 10. Okay, So now what we can do, we can cancel 5 by 10, right? In which table? In 2 table. Or in 5 table we can do, okay? I am sorry, 5 table. 1 5 is 5 and then 5 2s are 10. 1 5 is 5, 5 2s are 10 and then 1 5 is 5, 5 2s are 10, okay? Now let us write rest of the things, okay? Okay, so now here it is 1 by 12 into 5 into 5 into 8, right? So we can cancel this 12 and 8, so let us cancel them. Then here it becomes 3 and here it becomes 2. So now we can write it as it is. So 1 into 5 is 5, 5 into 5 is 25. Then when we just multiply 25 into 2, right? Yeah, 25 into 2, then it becomes 50 by, here we have 3, denominator 3. We can write it as it is equal to x as it is into, so 4 by 3, so 4 by 3 and then everything we cancelled it, right? Okay, so everything we cancelled it, but here we have denominator 2 into 2 into 2. So 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. So into 1 by 8. Okay. So till here you understood, right? I am just doing it a little bit faster. Why? Because you know the calculation, basic calculation, right? Okay. So now we can actually solve this. Okay. So we can solve it. So I'll just write it as it is. So 50 by 3 and then yeah is equal to x into 4 by 3, right? Yeah, 4 by 3 into 1 by 8. Okay, so now do you guys think we can cancel it? Yeah, of course we can cancel it. So we can cancel this 4 and 8. So 2 2s are 4 and then 4 2s are 8, right? Yeah, 4 2s are 8 and then again we can cancel. 1 2 is 2, 2 2s are 4. Okay, now what we can do is we can solve them. So 50 by 3 as it is equal to, so what all things we have? We have 1 into 1 and 1 into 1 is 1, 1 into x is x. So we can write x as it is by 3 2s are, it is 6, am I right? Okay, so now what we can do? We can actually do cross multiplication. Okay, so when we just do cross multiply, then we get 3x is equal to 50 into 6. Okay, alright, so 3x is equal to 50 into 6. Okay, so now no need to solve it, then it will be hard. Okay, so what we can do is, now let me just write the x as it is and then 50 into 6. So when I get this 3 to this side, it changes into division. Okay, so it is divided by 3. So now we can actually cancel it, so it will be literally easy, right? Instead of multiplying them directly. So now we can cancel them. 1 3 is 3, 3 2s are 6. So x is equal to 5 2s are, it is 100. So now we got the x value. Am I right? So this is going to be our answer. So how many lead shots are thrown into the vessel? 100 lead shots. Okay, so you can, if you want, so now we know x is equal to 100. If you want to write, you can write 100 lead shots. Okay, so this is our answer.
Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like this video, share it to your friends and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have any doubt, comment me in the comment section. Catch you in the next video. Bye.